perform all duties incident to the office of superintendent. The board, individually and collectively, shall promptly refer all citizens' complaints and suggestions called to its attention to the superintendent for study and recommendation. Individual board members shall refrain from interference with the administration of school policies except through board action. End quote. Since I assumed this position, I have followed my contractual obligations, but have been met with opposition from the school board when, 1, I assigned teachers and other staff members under my supervision. 2, I organized and reorganized administrative staff to meet the challenges of significant budget cuts due to economic crisis. 3, I arranged administrative and supervisory staff in instruction and business affairs that I believe were in the best interest of the school system. And 4, I selected personnel through an open, fair, and competitive process where teachers, parents, and the community have input. A process supported by research and held as best practice. Since I assumed this position, some school board members have preferred to address complaints and suggestions from staff and the public themselves, rather than refer those matters to the superintendent for study and recommendation. After signing my contract, I met with and interviewed all principals, school board members, commissioners, and central office staff. I had a protocol of questions that I asked everyone. The questions that I asked were as follows. What are the positive aspects of Lincoln County schools? What are the challenges facing Lincoln County schools? And if you were to give me one piece of advice to aid in my success as superintendent, what would that be? What are the landmines in the school system? What are the landmines in the community? What goals would you like to see me accomplish my first year as superintendent? What are your expectations of me as superintendent? What is your vision for the Lincoln County students? There were other questions about individual specific roles that I also asked. I have used these responses to these questions to guide me as I began my career as superintendent in Lincoln County. But I want to share with you some of the responses. What are the challenges facing Lincoln County schools? I heard from school board members to get rid of the good old boy system and not hire family and friends of school board members. Some principals responded to the same question by stating, school board members should work as a team. The school board is divided and not unified as a board. School board members have agendas. When asked the question, if you were to offer me one piece of advice to aid in my success as superintendent, what would it be? From a school board member, I heard, do the right thing. Do not let politics sway you. From central office, I heard, throw politics out the window and do what is right for the school system. Beware of wolves in sheep's clothing. From the principals, I heard, play the school board politics and get what I want, and to play party politics, but also support the principals and be more hands-on. And being more hands-on is a criticism that I've received from this board. When I asked, and I asked the question many times, where are the landmines in the school system? I heard from a school board member, the good old boy approach and hiring relatives of administrators. From central office, I heard equity in hiring and assignment of duties, and the school board is too involved by the school board. And from principals, the school board, they are micromanagers. The school board does not act like a team, and to allow the school board members to give the superintendent a chance. As I stated earlier, I use the answers to these questions to assist me in charting a course, to set priorities, and assess perceived needs. This is the same process that I have used in 4 other school systems, and believe it or not, it has proven to be successful. After my first year as superintendent, My evaluation consisted of 2 sentences. Quote, "The Lincoln County Board of Education conducted the annual evaluation of the superintendent, Dr. J. David Martin, on August 18, 2008. The superintendent's evaluation resulted in a score reflecting that he exceeded expectations and that the bonus called for in the superintendent's contract be awarded at the maximum level. Last year, before my end-of-year evaluation on June 10, 2009, I was allowed to make some opening comments in closed session. I'd like to share those with you. The evaluation document was provided to you last Friday, and there are some additional pieces of evidence I would like to add in order to enhance the evaluation process. I approach each evaluation process with an open, honest, and fair manner when I conduct evaluations. Last year, I conducted 30 evaluations, including all principals, leadership team members, and 2 other central office staff members. As a point of reference, a member of my staff stated that this was the first evaluation she had ever had in 32 years. I welcome your feedback to the evidence I have already sent you. The evaluation instrument agreed upon by the board to be used this year is fair, in my view, and provides multiple opportunities for evidence to support accomplishment and performance. It is my request that if any member of this board has evidence contrary to the evidence that I have provided, that it be shared with specific examples. It is sometimes challenging in an evaluation process not to rely on hearsay, perceptions, or attitudes. I am thankful this board has an instrument which allows the evidence for each strategy to be quantified, which does not allow for subjectivity. I know that you have reviewed the document, and I would like to point out some of the specific points before you begin deliberations. The SAT scores will not arrive for Lincoln County Schools until the fall of 2009. Therefore, I would ask your consideration that I have accomplished those specified strategies. And as we all know, the SAT scores have gone up in this county for the last 2 years. The highly qualified staff ratio was 99.09% last year. It is over 99% this year. And what that means is that we only hire teachers and put them in positions that they are qualified to teach. 99% in the state of North Carolina is a remarkable accomplishment. I believe that one of the reasons the school board asked me to work on this past year, one of the areas was relationships, specifically with the Sheriff's Department, County Manager, and the County Commissioners. I believe that I have accomplished this to such a degree that the County Commissioners publicly stated so after my presentation of the school board's local funding request for next school year, and was captured in an article by the Lincoln Times. Sorry, Ken. Sorry, John. The